Welcome to BAM Football, Butner, Allen and McKenna, and we're back on air. Thanks to the WOC for filling in for a couple of weeks. And let's start with our BAM Club of the Week. It's the 40th anniversary shirt of the Palmy Army, and they've had a couple of famous surfers, Ryan Hippo Hipwood, a big wave specialist, and also Drew Adler, who's famous for doing those aerials. So our BAM Club of the Week, boys, I know you love them, the Palmy Army from 25th Avenue, Palm Beach on the Gold Coast.
Love it, mate, love it.
I knew you would.
I'm a big wave surfer myself, so I knew what you're talking about.
Let's talk A-League football, and last Friday night, Melbourne victory, bouncing back, Laurie. Ange Postecoglou got the job done. They were beaten 5-0 the week before, but they rolled Adelaide 2-1.
Yeah, they started off well. The other two games are a bit sluggish. But the big thing was Archie Thompson was back, Mark Milligan and Rojas. You know, they're on international duty, so losing three of your main players for any game. So they did get beat 5-0 for Brisbane, but there were reasons behind that as well. As Michael know, when it comes to state of origin time with rugby league, teams get affected when you're missing key players.
We saw Archie in the game against Iraq. He scored a goal there. He's actually been on fire for the Australian side, and he's obviously taken that form into the Melbourne victory side. And you know, his performance has been outstanding, and age is no barrier for him.
Well, he did have a pop at a few of the media back in Australia about the age, because a lot of people saying the Socceroos are too old. And he's come out and said, you know, that they're getting this defensive thing up now, that they want to prove everybody wrong. But the big thing is the Knicks, a lot of players coming through good enough.
Laurie, let's look at the Mariners game. They went down 2-1 against the Newcastle Jets. Heskey scored again. Look, we've got the red and yellow cards here this morning. And let's get straight down to business. Let's start to use them. I'll ask you, Michael, the Zankovic challenge early in the match.
I'll do it for him.
Red card.
Should have been a red, you know, 30 seconds in, he's launched himself off the ground. It was a red card.
Yeah.
Studs up.
Studs up, yeah, no doubt about it. And I've got to say, with the success of the A-League, is going to come the scrutiny that the NRL actually get. You know, the referee on this occasion, or the match official, he probably deserves a red card for his performance, because there was three, and it's been proven, three clearly blatant errors that he made throughout the game. And in a game of soccer, where goals are an absolute premium, and you know, a decision has a big bearing on the game, to make three crucial errors like that is costly to any team.
Well, boys, one of those was the penalty.
Yeah, Michael McGlinchey's 5 stone, you know, and he's put Heskey, who's about 6'6", and he's put him on his backside. You know, the two of them just bumped into each other. Never a penalty.
You got to say, Derby 27, you expect some fireworks. Now they're 9-all, and I think there's been 9 draws in that time as well. So it's one of the great rivalries.
And it's tight, and as Michael touched on with the crowds, you know, they had 15,500. That's the biggest Derby crowd since 2008. So again, the Heskey factors kicked in there. We all know about Del Piero, what he's doing to crowds. So it's been great all round. Well,
speaking of ADP, Sydney FC having their first win against the Wanderers, Laurie.
Yeah, 20,000, first time Parramatta Stadium has been filled since Butts was running about as a superstar.
Wasn't it good to see Parramatta Stadium full? It was unbelievable.
Great
those,
atmosphere. Those
supporters, what are they, the black and red, or
yeah,
I don't know.
The supporters behind the goals.
They were absolutely brilliant. They just went all day chanting, and it was a great atmosphere.
Both sets of fans, the Cove were there in numbers, the Western Sydney crowd great, the full game and standing ovation at the end of the game. Although Western Sydney get beat, you know, they're sitting bottom of the league. Popovic is, you know, defensively he's got the team set up well, but attacking wise they're not looking like scoring. You know, that's the big problem.
They've got to score goals, and obviously, you know, they haven't done that yet. And when they do, when they break that seal, then you know the floodgates could open up for them. But I guess the big man, or the big talking point, has been Del Piero. I was watching it 2 weeks ago when he scored that penalty goal, and I was in the room on my own, and I just let out this almighty cry, like as in, yeah, unbelievable. That's the expectation you get from this guy, and he's delivered every time. And last week, even he had 2 shots from free kicks.
Pressure situation, because you take the first one, score, and then have to retake it. All the mind games come in.
Yes.
Keepers went the right way, and he was casual enough to take a touch and then smash it in the back of the net. Most people would just run up and put a welly through it. It could go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
But EPL?
English Premier League, we're just talking off camera. Wayne Rooney gets a hat-trick for Man United. Scores 2 goals for Man U and an own goal to open the scoring. Which
just tries to help the other team out, doesn't he?
His mantelpiece needed a new ball. He needed a matched ball. But Arsenal struggling big time. Wenger, they get beat again 1-0 away from home. Chelsea coming back for 2-1 down against Tottenham.
And Man City? 10 men and still win 2-1.
Yeah, Zico, he's got 2 goals 80th and 90 minutes. He's come off the bench a few times now and got a late winner. So Man City, 10 men away from home, getting a win. And Chelsea, I think, is maybe 4 points clear of Man City and Man United now. So.
And Everton missed an opportunity against the bottom of the table side.
Yeah, they drew one each. But again, going away from home and getting a draw, if you win your home games and you can get draws away from home and pick up an odd win, you'll still do okay. But Moyes has turned them round about after the poor season last year.
Laurie, 25 words or less. Football flying at the moment. In fact, it's moved to number 3 in the Aussie psyche.
I think crowds are up over 50%, but that's been smart marketing by FFA, getting crucial games, as the NRL do and the AFL do. They pick key fixtures. They've had some big fixtures over the last three games. So over the next couple of months, things will level out. But TV audience is well up. Attendance is over 50% up. Good for the game at the moment.
Boys, the BAM moment of the week. Laurie, let's start with you.
I'm going to probably take your thunder. Lisa Test getting her, I know it wasn't in national TV, but getting her keys of the city. I actually presented them, but just a special moment, and seeing a special lady getting a standing ovation was fantastic for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's one of my BAM moments of the week. Normally I've got 2, and I'll stay with tradition. I've got another one, and it happened just over a week ago. But Pete Jacobs winning the Hawaiian Ironman, just the 4th Aussie ever. A fantastic young man. I knew him when I was in Freshwater Surf Club, and congratulations to him. Pete Jacobs, my BAM moment of the week, the Hawaiian Ironman winner. Butts.
I'm going to go with a cricket field. The Sydney Sixers have been on fire in the Champions League. So to the Sydney Sixers, and in particular Shane Watson, who has been unbelievable with his cricket. BAM moment of the week is to those guys.
Since our last episode, I was up in Townsville for the Test match, and it was fantastic up there at Dairy Farmers Stadium, packed house, and the Kangaroos winners against the Kiwis, 18 points to 10. Butts, it was locked at 10-all for a long time, and I think one of the best Test matches we've seen for a while. James Tarmo, fantastic, and Matthew Scott named man of the match from the North Queensland Cowboys.
Yeah, look, it was an outstanding game, and great to see the game taken to those rural areas. Townsville, the people are always going to embrace it, and you know it's important to have those fans who support the game so well get a taste of international football, and they got that, and it was a really tough tussle. The North Queensland boys, you know, Matt Scott and James Tamar led the way for the Aussie boys, and obviously there was a bit of controversy after the game with the singing of the song and the divide between the Queenslanders and the New South Welshmen. Be interesting to see where that all leads to.
Yeah, well, it's the story that won't go away, and we've got the red card, yellow card. What are your thoughts? The Queensland boys singing their song after the Australian team win. Butts?
Look, I think it's a yellow card for the Queensland boys. I think they should have gone. You know what? I can't believe that we don't have an Australian song that they sing after a game.
I would say it's maybe just happened because someday one of the Queensland guys has started singing the song that they sing, and there's been nothing planned, and they've all joined in. And obviously, a few of the New South Wales boys might have had their nose out of joint, but I'm sure some of them joined in as well.
Well, we spoke about the rugby off the air, 18-all. The Wallabies didn't lose. You're going straight with a red card.
Rugby union, where are they gone? 12 penalties, 18-all. Are you kidding me? This is the...
Too many points for a penalty. Get rid of them. 1 point each or something.
It's referred to as the running game, isn't it? You don't see much running anymore. It's so defence orientated. It's all about penalty goals. It's ridiculous.
Butch, you broke it down the other day. You said the way that they defend now is far different to the halcyon days when we grew up watching the World Cup winning Wallabies.
Well, you know, the footy field is not that big and not big enough to have 15 players on there. And the way they defend now, it has become so defence orientated that, you know, the ruck and maul, we don't see those days where you got, you know, 10, 12 players in there trying to get that ball out of there. It's just 2 guys from either side. And that means there's 12 players across the field with the fullback at the back. Like, there's just no room for these guys to make any... And the advantage line, there is no advantage line. It's just the back feet of the ruck.
A couple of final things. Anthony Mundine. Yellow card, red card for his comments about Daniel Gill.
I think probably I might put that like that in his mouth because, you know, he's done it again, Anthony Mundine. You know, but what he's done is he's created a whole lot of hype around this fight again. Whether it needed or not, I don't know, but that's what he's best at. And sometimes he needs to think before he says anything.
Laurie?
I think he does. He's his own publicity machine. Every time he gets quiet and behaves himself, and then when a fight's up, saying things that I think are inappropriate and no need to be said. You can slag each other all you want for the fight, but bringing the other stuff in, I think's a red card.
We're hearing we've got thousands of fans out there following us in cyberspace somewhere. Thanks for being a part of BAM. Boys, good to see you. We'll catch up with you next week. Don't forget you can stay in touch with us via BAM Football TV and also Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. On behalf of the boys, Laurie McKinnon and Michael Butner, I'm Steve Allen. We'll catch you next week.